I just want to announce that my reign as the supreme vintage grail buying channel, pushing this market, and how bullish it is and continuing to buy, has come to a short term end. Um, my recent refinance on my home has been halted because of my credit card debt, which is ridiculous because I have a great income, and on top of that, um, I have plenty of side income too, and I have the rental income. I'm like actually shocked that we were able to get the loan on this house, but now refinancing is an issue. But to be fair, right after we bought the house, I was broke because everything went into the house, and so every single card purchase I've had since we moved here has been on my credit card, and I paid most of them off quickly. Unfortunately, unfortunately, some of my largest pickups, the Gold Star Umbreon, the Skyridge Gengar, some of those pickups have been really, really hard on me financially, as well as a lot of other cards that now, in hindsight, I wish I probably would have held off on a lot of PSA 9 first edition cards. Um, but yeah, they basically need my credit card debt to go down like half. So this sucks because it means I can't buy any cards moving forward. And two, I mean, it's probably for the best. I'll get my credit card debt down, and then when we finally refinance on the home, not only will I have the first month, payment free, so I won't have to worry about that, but on the bright side of things, I'll get my credit card down, so that'll be good. But it just sucks because I'm gonna have to deposit probably a good chunk of cash that I just had come in, and that was like one my safety net, but also that cash was also supposed to be for I'm trying to vend, and I hopefully have a show coming up. I haven't been approved yet. I don't know why I haven't been approved yet. It's supposed to take 3 to 5 days for them to get back. I just think it's kind of ridiculous that you don't even get some kind of confirmation email that like, "Hey, we got your application. It'll be reviewed and we'll get back to you in this time frame." So, I'm going to reapply again like tonight or tomorrow because I don't know what's going on and why we just haven't heard back already. Like I don't even get what the deal is. Like I'm literally just trying to get a table at a local show. I'm like actually really frustrated about it. So, the whole point that I need the cash and I don't, it's like sell a grail card, but I don't have any other grail cards to sell. Like I don't have anything I'm willing to get rid of. Like I've already looked at all my modern stuff and decided that I want to keep it. I want to keep collecting modern. I want to keep curating a modern collection in Pokemon. Um, and I'm definitely not selling any of my vintage grails. I don't have any duplicates left to sell. I sold everything at the show. The only thing I have is sealed product. Someone did just send me a $1,600 offer on Paldea Evolved, but I I don't know. I just feel weird about shipping booster boxes, especially taking lower offers than my list price on top of having to ship stuff out and deal with, getting scammed or if there's any issues. I don't know. I have PTSD from the last set of Astral Radiance booster boxes that I shipped out. And honestly, I would rather just keep them on my eBay so that when a person comes along that wants to buy one box, which isn't really a high risk for me, I can sell them a box at list price or slightly below list price. But when people come at me wanting to buy all of my booster boxes that I have listed in quantity, I don't know. I just don't go for that. It's like they're trying to clean me out. And if I get scammed on selling, 6 or 8 booster boxes, I'm like I'm screwed. And I've already seen how this goes with, I can get insurance and all that jazz. I'm just saying, guys, like it's just not worth risking it for me. And that's stupid because it's like, Orion, you could sell 4 boxes tonight and get a big chunk of cash coming in that'll be direct deposited like tomorrow. But I don't know. I'm thinking on the offer. Um, and at the end of the day, like I'm kind of in a desperate situation where I have to take their offer. I have, I think, 3 cases or 2 cases of Paldea Evolved. So 4 boxes, if I have 2 cases, that'll leave me with 8 boxes left of that set. And honestly, I think Pokemon is going to continue raging on, but I also am very, very skeptical. You know, the prices of, where everything is at right now, people should be selling. They should be selling. We at the very tippy top of what it feels like the top of this market. I don't think I should be so bullish. Yeah, I don't know. I'm flipping and flopping, and I'm okay to admit that because 2 weeks ago I'm like, you know what? I quit. I quit being skeptical about this market. It's just going to keep marching forward. But then this week, I'm like looking at certain cards, in the charts on certain cards, and they're like way, 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 like just like the Snorlax. The Jungle Snorlax is a great example. The Jungle Snorlax literally just fucking skyrocketed straight up. It's not sustainable at all, and that's the thing. Like none of this is sustainable right now. These prices are just people playing hot potato with the market, and this could be the greatest continued boom in history of Pokemon, or it could be the beginning of a crash, right? But that's just me saying that. Probably just going to continue on marching forward like it has been. Um, I just think when I think some of these all-time highs, it's kind of sketchy territory. It's kind of sketchy territory. But at the same time, I'm also in a position where I can't really buy anything anymore. So of course I'm gonna have a little bit of bias. Of course I'm gonna be like, yeah, market's probably gonna head down soon because like this is insanity. But the reality is, guys, I'm just butthurt that I can't buy anything in this market right now. I am jealous of other people that are continuing to buy grails. And you know what? Like, dude, comparison is the thief of joy. I got to get over that. That's like one of my fatal flaws is like looking at what other people have, being competitive with it. Anyways, Turtle, how we doing? Tuscan, how we doing? DJ, sell a banger, you'll be good. Watching you open that package actually made me so happy. Dude, I'm glad. Don't you have a Gengar 9? Sell that. No, I don't. It's gone. I sold it at Charlotte's recent card show. So I'm sitting. I shouldn't be whining. I'm sitting on plenty of cash. I can just pay down my credit card and deposit a little bit of cash here, a little bit of cash there. It's just nice, guys. When you have a big fat wad of cash for the first time in years, right? Because I've been hoarding all my stuff. I've been collecting like a madman and like a hoarder addict, pokeholic, and I just it's been hard. I'm trying to adult. And it's been hard. And honestly, I don't even need to refinance. Like honestly, I could just say, fuck the refinance. Fuck it. It's gonna save me a couple $100 a month, but it's gonna add 30K almost to my overall loan. Like, and that's going to take a while for that to even balance out, right? I could wait for the rates to go lower. This could be a blessing in disguise, right? This could be an absolute blessing in disguise, right? Not being able to refi right now, then the rates drop further, my credit card debt goes down. All of this could be happening for a reason. I'm not a super religious person, but like today I was just like, God, please, like, just show me the way. I know I've been super irrational and impulsive, and it's like, me asking you guys, like, just hold me accountable. Do not let me make bad decisions, right? I really want to get the starter deck Kaiba first edition Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's the guy's willing to take 45K. I honestly don't care that this market is as crazy as it is. That card is the equivalent. I don't care how unpopular Yu-Gi-Oh is. That card is the equivalent of first edition Charizard, except it is literally 1/10 of the price, and kind of makes sense. I mean, there's 1/10 or 1/100th of the market cap with Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Maybe even less than that. I just hate that I can't collect anything right now. I'm immobilized. I'm paralyzed. And it's like, dude, sell a big card, sell some sealed, deposit some of that cash. You're good, bro. Like, stop whining. You're good. You can figure this out. But I think it's just the shock of that email and going back and forth and realizing that, I put myself in this situation. So, anyways, that's my vent of the night. I'm done venting for the night. And if there's anything you guys want to address or want to talk about, I thought it was pretty crazy that Tag grading his caught cards that have been altered and had moisture added to them. I thought that was interesting. I let's see. What's going on, guys? Rocket, what are your thoughts right now on the SDK after the Discord discussion? So I still think that relative to Pokemon, it seems good, but the reality is that that card is priced way, way higher than it was. Very, like, short term, it was not nearly this high, right? The Yu-Gi-Oh guys are cashing out, right? Let's just be frank. They're cashing out. They don't give a fuck. They're like, finally, I can get out of this stuff at a crazy profit. That wasn't the case. Like Yu-Gi-Oh, if you bought Yu-Gi-Oh in the past, you were sitting on Yu-Gi-Oh. You were genuinely a collector sitting on Yu-Gi-Oh. And that's also why I'm willing to buy in a crazy market like this. I don't have the funds, right? But my goal, and here's the other thing. I can't refinance on the house until I get my credit card debt down. But the good thing about that is I still can't get the starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes anyways unless I get my credit card debt down. So this might end up like I might end up refinancing, and then literally as soon as we get the loan and everything goes through and my payments get lowered and we get a better rate, then I could jump right back into buying something insane. I know it's like, Ryan, have you learned nothing? But there's no other way for me to get these cards, guys. It's credit card or nothing. And I genuinely am a collector before investor, playmaker, flipper, vendor. So this card is everything to me. It is everything to me. And, the only other option, there's only 108 of them out there in the entire world. The only other option is that, people know I'm looking for that card and they know how much it means to me. They know that I'm not going to resell it. They know that it's going to be a PC card forever. Someone that's selling that card, I would hope would want to sell it to someone like me and not just another vendor, not just somebody that's going to double the price again. Rocky, what's good? Man, I get the stress, but let's be honest here. Modern is way easier to let go of than vintage. If you can cover the CC debt with modern, I'd do that. This is true. This is very true, but modern also hasn't fully cooked yet. And I would hate if I sold my modern and then was like, oh, it's all over the place. I can get it again. Oh, but I can't because a Giratina has gone from 2K to 4K, right? Stuff like that is still possible. So we have not seen modern truly show us its colors yet. 151 is on a tear, right? And they are printing more 151, or they're releasing more products out right now of Prismatic and 151. So 151 might fall back a little bit, but I think despite high pops, modern still has a lot of room to run, right? For all the people out there that cannot dabble in vintage, right, or don't want to, modern is the only thing that they mess with, right? They're still buying those cards. Should have sold me that Skyridge Gengar 9. I would have bought that, man. Yo, T Beastie, you weren't at the show. It wasn't you that was going to buy it for 11 grand, was it? Because if so, why didn't you just say, yo, it's me, T Beastie? And honestly, like, if one of y'all would have wanted the Skyridge Gengar, I was very vocal about the fact that I was taking it to the show. I was very vocal about that. So I'm sorry if anybody missed that stream. I would have much rather made a little bit more on it, and I would have much rather it gone to a collector that had one of my absolute grail cards, and a card that I really didn't intend on selling, but it was a move to make that would potentially find me something else there that I could trade into. That did not happen. I ended up coming home with all cash. That was not really the end goal. I wanted to trade into something, but at these local shows, there just wasn't heat like that. There was one guy, but he was not the friendliest, and honestly, he kind of seemed like a nut job, and again, he was not the friendliest, and he had some crazy grail cards, but like, I don't know. A lot of people just treat everybody like it's transactional. Like, I'm the man, I've got this briefcase, I have the craziest cards. I brought my briefcase with my crazy cards on the second day. My whole family was there. And I just wanted to show vendors what I had. I was just excited to show some of these cards, right? That's the difference between me and a lot of other people that come in with briefcases like that. They're just looking to make deals. If you're not showing me the money, I don't care. I'm not showing you my cards. Like, people are weird like that, right? Like, what happened to treating this like it's recess and we're on the playground and I want to show you what I got? Like, people are weird. Also, with high value cards, I kind of understand it. Like, people they don't want to disclose what they have or their identity. There's a lot of whack jobs out there. And honestly, let's just be frank. The average collector is someone that would be very easy to rob. I mean, that is just the truth. The average collector is someone that is pretty vulnerable, right? So people have every right now to really hide their kids, hide their wives, and hide their Pokemon cards. That was a joke that I made for a video title. I love it. Because they scalping everybody out here. They're flipping everybody out here. Pokemon is a bad play. Yu-Gi-Oh! Hannah, what's good? Base, what's good? I've been thinking of selling my first Ed Shining Zard. It's getting close to 100K. I'm in the same boat, except I'm not selling mine. I love my copy. Another thing that pushes me to sell cards is if there's any flaw, like when the prices are getting absolutely out of this world, there's like no reason to hold on to it anymore, right? Especially if it has even the slightest flaw and it's a PSA 10, right? PSA 10s are not perfect, guys. Let's remember that. So you can still get a 10 and then be upset with it. It's okay to sell it even though it's the 10, right? These are subjective grades given by the grading company. I would be lying to you if I said that I wasn't somewhat thinking of selling my Skyridge 10 Gengar. Yes, it doesn't have a print line like my 9 did, but my 9 technically had a cleaner backside. One of the corners on my 10 is just like, I don't know, some people would be like, that's just fray off the card. But dude, if I'm spending, like, you guys got to understand, I bought, at the beginning of the boom, really middle of the boom, 25,000 Skyridge Gengar PSA 10. I'll see if I can show it to you guys, actually. I'll see if I can show it to you guys. And you guys can tell me if I'm crazy or not. But because of that, because of me and how OCD I am, right, my curated, beautiful collection, the thing that makes it hard to let go of these cards is every single one, I've really tried to go after the cleanest copy I could get. Typhlosion. Luckily, we went through only 2 copies of Typhlosion, and we're really happy with this new cert. Lugia. We went through 3 copies of Lugia to find this Lugia, right? Guys, that's absolutely insane to do that, to buy the same card over and over. Just trying to find the best copy, right? And this is my favorite copy, and I love the orb in the middle too. Super, super clean. Okay, let's look at the Skyridge Gengar, right? Skyridge Gengar, okay? The Grail of Grails for Gengars, right? This is it. I mean, no, maybe Misaki Gengar. Now, I'm going to show you guys real quick the backside of this card. Feel like Torchic is judging me mad hard. All right, so let me show you guys what I'm talking about. All right, you see the corners on this thing? New cert PSA 10, right? That corner is cleared. This corner is a little questionable. For a PSA 10, I expect a $25,000 fucking PSA 10. Even this one, tell me I'm tripping, but I don't know. I have really, really high standards when it comes to these 10s. That's how you know my other 10s are clean. And I have even higher standards when it is a 95 million cert. Look at that. Do you see that? I mean, yes, it's a PSA 10. It's not perfect, but it's as close to perfect as you're going to get in a card like this. Now, my 9 that I had sharper, crisper corners, but it had a print line going through it. Now, I have actually seen this card with a print line get a 10. So I would, honestly, this is going to sound crazy, guys, but I I don't know. Actually, maybe I wouldn't rather have the copy with the print line with the crisper corners because at the end of the day, like I can't believe how much I care about the back of the card. Like, when did we care so much about the back of the card? Like, it's one of the cleanest copies out there. Yes, it's a true 10. Is it a black label? I guess, that's my main issues, that it's not really black label. But yeah, that would be a reason that I would probably sell that card. Why are you talking so much? Read the comments. Grant, trading sealed for Bubble Mew 10 tomorrow. Good luck. Yeah, feeling of paralyzation is what I hate. MD Selmer, I want the Phantasmal Zard, but 10 is 3K. Dude, 10 is 3K. I could buy that from GameStop for 2,400 and probably it's already gone. I don't know whether to buy a $9 or $300 booster box and hope to pull a 10 Zard. This sucks. I will tell you right now, MD Selmer, the gem rate for the Phantasmal Flame Zard is super, super high, man. But that was one thing that vendors told me at the show that kind of made me feel better because I was almost going to trade into one. And trading into one, I still would have been getting it for well below what it was going for. But they made a really good point. The gem rate's really high. You're going to have a chance to buy another. Analysis Paralysis is my middle name. Justin, let's go. Sky Ninja, let's go. Solid recent vid, bro. This market is in the trenches. Okay, I appreciate that. Because honestly, after I made today's video, I was like, bro, you can't crash out like that again. Like, that's not your MO. Your MO is being chill, talking about cards, talking about, record auctions, and just trying to keep my head out of any kind of drama or any kind of negativity. But that's just not possible when you get to a market like this where people are just not even willing to entertain offers that are even 90%. People are literally waiting for the person who gets a hair shy of their list price. It's easy. It's easy to get, it's easy to get pissed off with that. It's easy to get emotional. I definitely am. Yeah. Dio's crows were flying in circles in Tel Aviv. Dude, and what's going on with the world is another thing. Like, we're buying all these cards right now when we could be about to hit World War III. If that happens, I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying, like, if something like that happens, everything is going to be cooked short term. Everything. So, and this is serious, right? I don't really care about what's going on in the world, but occasionally I'll get hit with doom scroll paralysis and depression, where I'll look at what's going on in the world. I'll look at what's, just what's happening with people in general. Just different stories that have made headlines, and Epstein files, right? We can't ignore that. That rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper and deeper. Not that it really affects, the world economy or anything, but it just shows how fucked up society is as a whole. Yeah, it makes me just skeptical of everything and negative. But that's not traditionally me, so I don't know how that video is going to go today. But I hope you guys appreciate it. Pulling equity from your home because Pokemon, a dashboard. Pulling your equity from your home because of Pokemon is not good. Okay, so let's just I want to also address that, right? So I'm not refinancing to take equity out, guys. I want to be very, very clear on that. I'm not taking a dime out of what I've already invested in the house, right? I like my money tied into this house. That is a smart way to be. I'm not taking money out for Pokemon, right? I'll rack up credit card debt all day, but when I make payments on my house, they stay in my house. I'm refinancing and adding to my loan so that I can get a lower monthly payment and a lower rate for the life of the loan, right? So if I stop, I'm still going to keep making additional payments on the house. And anyways, I'm not taking money out. Let's just get that. That's not what the refi is for. The refi is to save me money short term and long term, but really in the short term, like, I could really use a fucking break. It is fucking hard being a single provider for a family, getting hit with all these needs, all these wants, on top of me still I have my needs, my wants, And, I'm not saying they're more important than my family's. What I am saying is it's fucking hard to balance it all. And an easy thing to do right now is to try and refinance because the rates are dropping, right? House prices are dropping too. For those of you that feel like there's no hope on buying a house, right? Keep that in mind. Home prices are dropping right now, and they could drop further if shit really hits the fan. Hiromo, I mean, and this is also Diana, my wife, her family is like very much like shit's about to hit the fan. My family, my parents are really smart people. My parents have calling shit hitting the fan for the last 2-3 decades, right? My parents were really, really well prepared when 2008 hit, and they're just as prepared now. And they're telling me, like, Orion, like, whatever you're doing, I think you selling all of your cards recently, which they think I sold a lot of cards, but I literally sold barely anything out of my collection. But they think selling off is a good thing right now, and they think shit's gonna hit the fan. I'll just keep it there. Hiromo, yo, Ryan, you still doing eBay listings? What's up? Still doing eBay listings? Yo, what's good, bro? Keep grinding it out, man. I hope it pays off for you. I fucking hate eBay at this point, but I hope it pays off for you. I wish eBay would incentivize us with a little bit lower fees. Justin, I've been in the same boat, a little thinking of just selling all my sealed investments. I would honestly, if you can easily take it to a show and unload even at 80%, get out of sealed. Get out of it. Everybody wants slabs. That's what everybody wants right now. Or go after raw cards. Enjoy, you don't even have to go after graded cards. Fuck graded cards, okay? Just because we in our community do some graded stuff doesn't mean you have to do that. I still have my binders. I still have my vintage binders. There's not much left in them, but I still have all of the commons, uncommons, non-hollow rares, right? Just a lot of the reverses are gone. A lot of the hollows are gone. But yeah, you can go raw too. You can start binder collecting too. There's so many deals it shows, honestly, with raw. And honestly, with PSA, raw is kind of the move. Like, I haven't been talking about that, but raw is kind of a move. With PSA being so tough on grading lately, raw cards are kind of a move right now. So there is that option as well. Sell your sealed, get into raw, maybe buy a couple slabs that are your dream slabs, maybe get into Yu-Gi-Oh, even though Yu-Gi-Oh is fucking taken off explosive. Even though there's no one really collecting Yu-Gi-Oh, it's still explosive. Because the Yu-Gi-Oh guys are probably thinking, oh, what's going on in Pokemon is going to happen in Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's what happened in One Piece, and it's what's happened in Dragon Ball Z. So you're seeing craziness across every single TCG, maybe besides Digimon or Lorcana. You're adding years to your mortgage for what? So dashboard, just to be frank, I own my other home outright. I have it paid off, and it is creating rental income. All right. So that was a huge deal, me paying off that other house. On top of that, putting down 20% on this house. We've only been in this house for 7-8 months now. 7 months. We moved in last September, October, November, December, January, February, March. What, 8 months? I don't have another hand to count with. I can't count. Anyways, we haven't even been in this house for less than a year, right? So if you're going to refinance and the rates drop and the market drops, I am so lucky that things are dropping while I'm barely even in the loan for that long, right? We just wanted to get our foot in the door. We have our dream house, right? Or what I think will probably end up being our dream house. The important part is getting those costs down for the long term. Modern is cooked, bro. I'm telling you to dump it. Appreciate that, bro. Mike, have you noticed it seems like all the first ed 9s are getting snatched up and all of a sudden there's a flood of 8s hitting the market? Yes. When I was bidding on first edition 9s, I actually kind of started giving up on that. Naturally, I just was really competitive and I kept losing every auction. Mike, have you noticed it seems like oh yeah. Doctor, someone posted in the Discord, a person listed a Skyridge 9 Gengar with an ear swirl, 18K. Oh my God. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm sorry, guys. I shouldn't have sold that Gengar to him. I should have sold it to a collector that was not going to resell. For all we know, that could be Pancham Express. Anyways, dude, fuck, dude. Well, I'm definitely not getting another Gengar. And honestly, looking back at that show, I fucked up because the whole show I was trying to sell my sealed. I should have gone to the table of the vendor that offered to buy my 10. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like if things dump, to sell the 10 and be cashed out on the 10, but still have a 9 that might fluctuate in value isn't a big deal. But if the 10 drops, anyways, we're not going to think like that. It's funny because I like want the market to crash, but I also don't want to see some of my cards get eviscerated value wise. You know, it's everything is a catch 22 right now. And I also don't care if the values get eviscerated because I'm like, no, this card is hard to get. I have it regardless of where value goes, and I don't think value is going to go down because some of this shit is just too rare. Yeah, that recess show and tell mentality is something missing from the hobby, but I'd 100% be looking over both shoulders. And dude, and I'm no different. I'm no different. He's calling us dweebs. Dude, if you think I'm not calling myself a dweeb, you have something else coming, right? I have worked very hard to put on a facade, right? I've worked very hard to put on a facade that like I know what I'm doing or whatever, but I'm a dweeb. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just a guy that likes collecting cards and probably has made some really irrational decisions in this hobby so far. But it panned out. I got lucky. And that's all that is. It's just luck. Dios, that was not a joke, Ryan. What was the last one? Crows were flying in circles in Tel Aviv. I'm not saying it was a joke. I also don't know what that means. Crows flying in circles. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Also, Spanam, how we doing? Silverback. I'm trying to buy old e-reader 9. They're all being bought on eBay once they hit the page. Dude, I listed my Expedition Dragonite against my best wishes and to try and free up cash so that I could get the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Honestly, and I listed it for 1,000. Got a shit ton of offers, and then I immediately realized the reason I was getting so many offers is because I had the lowest listing on eBay. So I raised my listing to reflect what most of them are listed at, and it honestly shocks me what some of the 8s are going for. The Expedition Dragonite and 8, the lowest listing is 1,200. It's in the UK, but most of them are a lot higher than that, especially the ones that are in the US. Shouldn't really make a difference, but for whatever reason, no one's buying that UK copy. Michael Kim, what's going on? Thank you. I like to think I'm cute too. Dio's cards, Orion, did you hear about mom and a kid in their car? That's what I'm saying, man. There's a lot of deep shit going on in the world, and it's really, really hard to stay, like, focused on Pokemon, right? Like, let's be real. Like, if there's a time things are going to get really bad, it's now. It's now, because we're more involved. This isn't Ukraine. This isn't Russia and Ukraine. This is a completely different monster, right? Whenever we've dabbled in the Middle East, it has not gone well for this country. It has not gone well. So I think all of us are a little bit on edge. What's in store in the future? Short term, long term, safety, like our lives. Bigger issues than Pokemon right now. Josh Gees, we are nerds. We are nerds. You got it. Dio's cards. Dude, wait. This happened. This didn't even happen. This didn't even happen during the war going on right now. This happened. Strictly balding. That's a great. I like that. I feel that. I feel that. I might look like I have hair, but really I don't. I have a horrible receding hairline, so I feel that. Soviano dos Santos Lima. Happy brother, Beko Dodev, Soviado dos Santos Lima. I'm sure that is something in Spanish that is derogatory that I just said that someone, like, because of course no one can actually just do a nice thing. I can't just say happy birthday to someone. And that name is way too long, so I feel like that's not a real name. That's horrible, though. That's horrible. In North Carolina, someone was gunned down. Jesus Christ, man. Dude, the sheriff's body cams lately are finding some crazy stuff. Like, dude, it is a dark time right now. Uh, it's wild. Let's pay thousands of dollars for bits of cardboard. I know, believe me, I know. It was wild years ago, and it's wild now, and it seems like unstoppable. The whole grading thing is stupid. It is. It honestly is. I was actually against grading for the better half of the first year I got back into collecting. I did not go after anything graded. Everything that I bought was raw, and I honestly didn't understand it. And I honestly didn't want to be the idiot that got for a grade when I could buy that card for way less. And like, also when I did get into grading, I was buying PSA 4, PSA 5. I'm like, it's the same card, but it is protected in a slab, and it's also way less than a 9 or an 8 or a 7 for that matter. Man, I was cheap when I got back in. I was cheap. In my opinion, not even cheap. It was just rational, right? And then I got turned to the dark side by some other collectors, and I got into grail card collecting, and it ruined me. But I'm thankful for it now. I am thankful. I do like slabs now. I do like, holding them in hand. It feels good. Nice and chunky, right? And I like knowing that no matter what, right, that card is protected. I shouldn't bang on this too hard because before I know it, the damn PSA slab will separate. This is the card that I put myself in so much financial strain for. But he's got a nice smile. He's got a nice smile. We got that going. We got that going for us. As a vendor, I hate this market right now. Okay, that makes me feel better, right? So if even vendors might be suffering, except for the really big vendors. Cole World, Orion Sire, what's your best vintage grail pickup? What's your next vintage grail pickup? Yu-Gi-Oh! So I actually have the card coming. I thought it would come in today. I was going to make a video about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is fire, and even though it's explosive and people probably shouldn't touch it, I'm buying it because it is very close to my childhood. Unfortunately, I am stopped in my tracks because I'm not able to refinance on my home unless I get my credit card debt down. So I was able to get one card, though, and it is this grail right here, the Dark Paladin, the DMG Dark Paladin. I love this card so much. I keep referencing it. It is so awesome. And honestly, after showing it a few times, I have a feeling the other one that's on the market is probably going to get bought up really quick. And I am pretty diabolical, so it's kind of hypocritical for me to be so critical on everybody else when I do some of the similar stuff, right? I'll buy another copy or another 2 copies that are on the market of a card that I believe in. I'll buy into it and build a position on it, which is what I did with Sabrina's Gengar. It's what I did with the Skyridge Gengar. It's what I did with the Typhlosion, and it worked out with every single one of them. But not because I'm smart, but because I'm lucky. And, it's a booming market. It's hard not to actually win in this market. Like, no one is a genius in this market, but everyone is an idiot. No, let's not go ahead and call everyone an idiot, Orion. Everyone is somewhat foolish if they don't liquidate something. Not everything, but something just to trim the fat along the way up in case you can't time it and we crash and there's World War III and then no one cares about cards at all. And the people that are still buying cards are going to be buying them in the shadows while bombs get dropped. Okay, anyways, that's probably a little bit too deep. The next card would be the starter deck Kaiba Blue Eyes. Ani, what's good? Ani Life is in the building, one of the OG of OGs. Ani Life was, and a lot of you are OGs, but Ani Life was one of the first subscribers I ever had. Like, I'm pretty sure he was like, when I had 100 subscribers, maybe less than that, and was always, like, literally commented on every video I dropped when no one was watching them. Thank you for believing in me, dude. Look at us now, 8,300, pushing up to 9K. Finally caught one of your lives. Dude, I'm so happy you're in the building. Doctor, the crash out was refreshing. Good, because I have a feeling I'm going to get a lot of fucked up comments. And that's good because I need to learn how to roll with those punches like some of the other creators that actually are speaking their mind in this market. Um, I hope it was justified. I hope it's not just me being a little whiny, you know what. 2,500 Phantasmal Zard from GameStop is gone, but you can get the 151 and a 10 for 2,300. Oh my god. I'm fucking telling you guys, and I'm not saying that the Phantasmal was a good buy, right? The gem rate is really high on it, but what I could see happening is I could see all of a sudden PSA Pop controls it, stops gemming everything, and then the next. Hey. Got a lot of people in my stream. Yeah. I was pretty worried about the thumbnail, by the way. Doctor, I was pretty worried that my thumbnail was going to get me canceled. My wife was just checking up on me. But I have a theory that they're going to like just stop gemming a bunch of the Phantasmal Zards, and all of a sudden you're going to see the 9 pop skyrocket, and the 10s just aren't going to be 10ing anymore. And at that point, people are going to go, yup, 1,800 was a steal. As crazy as it is to say that, if you guys haven't held the Phantasmal Zard in hand, you do not know. You do not get it. This card has Japanese fucking texture. It is insane. It is like, it has so many different like angles, like the where it shines. It's beautiful. Now, looking at it in hand, I'm like, honestly, I was way more hype about this before I held it in hand. Looking at it in hand, it was more like a checklist card. The art actually has a little bit too much going on. Like, to be real, actually, the art has a little bit too much going on with it, which, dude, I never realized that Venusaur is really creeping me out right now. I feel like he's staring into my soul. Okay, anyway, and now the Torchic is staring into my soul. So let me go over here. J Park, it's already cooked. Sky Ninja, if War hits America, these Pokemon ain't feeding nobody. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that we'll pull out and things will calm down. Most likely it's going to happen. Shit is hitting the fan, though. Oh, no. Daniel's in the building. Jeff Steen. Oh, no. Yeah, dude. The fucking... Dude, I would argue the island actually affected the economy. And that might... That could be it, too. That people are just fucking disgusted and outraged by how deep things go and how fucked up the system is. Dude, that means a lot. Team Rocket Joey just popped in the building just to tell me that it was a good video. I really fucking appreciate that. But also, I was being a whiny bitch today, and like I do believe in Pokemon long term. I just feel like right now, are we really not seeing the signs? Try not to be too loud. Wake up my children. Are we really not seeing the signs, guys? Like, how are we not seeing this? Like, this is truly COVID all over again, and I think if my Gengar 10, like dude, the only reason I would think of selling the Gengar is because that one corner is just not perfect, right? It's a PSA 10 that I paid top dollar for. I want it to be perfect as it can be. The Dow is not over 50 thou. Pop Chen, why would you rather dump through all these hoops versus selling some of your collection to take some weight off your shoulders? Chen, you got me, man. You fucking got me. And everybody that's a friend of mine that's critical, they're just trying to help. You guys are just trying to help. Those of you that have been like, Orion, like, the shit you're doing is impulsive. You're overextending yourself. You're just trying to help. I don't take it. I think I used to take offense to it. Like, you don't think I can pull this shit off? But now it's more like, no. Causing myself a lot of stress and mental turmoil. Like, dude, today I was honestly like, and everybody gets a little bit depressed, right? But today I was like pretty down in the dumps, particularly after I made that video. We were on a walk and Diana was like, babe, what's wrong? Like, you've been like, you're in your head, you're thinking about something, you're normally not this quiet. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm thinking. I feel like I can't collect anymore. Frankly, I feel like the stuff that I would collect It's over. I knew that this was coming. I just didn't think it was going to happen this fast. No one saw this coming as fast, and I'm yeah. But it's not just that. It's other stuff. It's being a YouTube creator, seeing other creators, what they're talking about. Some of them talking about way more meaningful topics, right, than Pokemon. Sometimes I'm just like, I'm spinning my wheels about Pokemon, and the world is literally burning. But anyways, to that point, why would you go through all these hoops for selling your collection? Because along the journey, I have also been really stressed out, right? All the way up to this point, I've been stressed out collecting, right? And I've been coping. I've been successfully coping and still providing for my family and still making major achievements and major progression in my life. I know that it can be done. That's why I keep going through the hoops, because I believe in myself. But god damn, I've been stretched thin this year. God damn, I feel like a rubber band that's right about to break. Hypothermia, yo, it's good. But I'm also I want to be honest about that. I don't want to put on a face and be like, and like just talk about some bullshit topics. Meanwhile, I'm fucking suffering inside. I would rather just let it out. We do these streams 3 times a week so I can let it out and so we can talk about shit. Feels like everyone, and I appreciate all of you guys being in here. Feels like everyone's buying Modern 9s now, and Raw is so much easier for me to sell. Yeah, dude, but the 9s are kind of crazy right now. Dude, did you see that guy that was grading all of the common cards? Did you see that? Have you guys seen that thumbnail? I'm like, dude, wait a minute. Wait, what? We're now, this market is that crazy. This market is that crazy where we are grading common cards. We are grading cards that are pennies just to get a 10 and maximize a little bit of value, dude. And I'm not saying it's goofy. Like, I actually think that that's amazing that someone is finding value where no one else is looking. Good for them. I can't remember what the channel is. I would say go check it out, but I can't remember what it is. But dude, people are getting very they're getting very what's the word for that? Thrifty. They're getting clever. I don't fucking. They're being resourceful. I don't fucking know. I'm brain dead at this time of night. I do want to talk about tag grading. I do want to talk about the fact that they found card altering. I mentioned it in my Discord that I was going to talk about the fact that this guy that I'm kind of critical of, Slab Rehab, he rehabs these cards, right? Fixes them, doctors them, brings them back to life, right? But he just got cooked on a tag sub. And what I will say is I respect his channel. I'm not just going to flame him and talk shit. I'm also going to say I respect every content creator. Even if I disagree, right? Jar Chomp's video, I disagreed wholeheartedly. Still respect the guy. Still hope the guy doesn't hate my guts for just being a little bit critical and speaking my mind. Same thing with Coop's Collectibles. I would hate to see him at a show and get mean-eyed by that guy, right? I'm not a big channel, so I highly doubt that would ever happen. But my point is, like, Slab Rehab, the guy that's doing that, right? I don't want beef with anybody in this hobby. I really don't. If we're gonna take beef, then fine. Let's just squash the beef. Or up the ante, right? Hopefully, I'm sure in my lifetime of YouTube, I'll go back and forth with somebody at some point. But even though I ain't got time for that, I got a family to feed and spend time with. I don't need, like, that's the other thing. I don't want negative energy. I don't want to bring that from this room into my household, right? My family knows when I'm feeling off, so I need to be careful about that. But yeah, dude, the Slab Rehab, he got a bunch of 6s from higher grades back from Tag. Tag found the doctoring. They found moisture in the cards, right? The ding report. PSA should have this. It's bullshit. PSA should have this, and I'm wondering what you guys think about that. And that's all. I know it's taking me forever here. PSA 10's moving slowly with inflated prices. I don't know if they're moving slowly. PSA 10s are still moving. It's ridiculous. Dr. Yu-Gi-Oh! Ryan, you also have 12% fees on eBay. I have 13.25. Sometimes they give me promotions. That's about it. Strictly Balding, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is only getting started. Pops are stupid low. They are. I will agree with you on that, Balding. They are super, super low. That is why I think that you can still justify it. But you also have to keep in mind that even though the pops are low, it still just doesn't have the market cap. It still doesn't. We have to take in every single factor. Low pop isn't everything. It's not everything in Pokemon. It's not everything in Yu-Gi-Oh! It needs to be the most iconic cards and low pop and nostalgia, right? One thing, Doctor, one of our Discord subscribers, he's in here right now. Doctor has done really well with Yu-Gi-Oh! One thing Doctor did really well with Yu-Gi-Oh! Was he was buying the tin promos, the booster pack tin. They're called BPT, right? That stands for booster pack tin, I believe. The booster pack tin promos, the prismatic hollow cards, right? Those, everybody had them as a kid. There was actually a YouTube video recently talking about those, and I think that's why they shot up like crazy. People are very impressionable. I am very impressionable. I'm very gullible, right? I am still the average collector like everybody else, even though I have crazy shit. I am still really operating like the average collector. I see a video on something going crazy and I go, let's take a look at that. What's going on there? You don't want to get caught in that trap, but it happens to the best of us, even me. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pops are stupid low. I've got that Dark Paladin DMG coming in. It's pop 67. Pop fucking 67 out of 1,200. That is way rarer than most Pokemon cards I have right now. Doesn't mean it's going to shoot up in value. And I'm not buying it for that reason. I'm buying it because I put it off too long. I'm finally getting back into what I originally loved as a kid. We are going to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff on this shelf. You're going to see more Yu-Gi-Oh! Stuff for sure. Daniel, I'm going to buy low and sell high. Cherry red Ferrari when you see me drive by. Brokers think I'm crazy because I'm taking all these chances. Oh, I didn't even know what that was. My boy Dan in the building. James, what's good? Mindset song. Silverback, the market's going to be allowed to crash because too many big whales is going to be allowed to crash because too many big whales have too much money invested in it. You said the market is going to be allowed. Is not going to be allowed, I think is what you were looking to say. Yeah, okay, you corrected that. And that is the problem. They won't let it crash. But I think if the economy as a whole, I think if everything really retraces organically and you see these cards hit the market, whales are affected by the economy too. They are not bulletproof. People say they'll keep buying lower. That is not the truth. A lot of people take in the macroeconomy, right? We also want to buy, we don't want to buy the top. We also really don't want to buy while it's heading lower, right? Nobody wants to feel like they're catching the falling knife. And timing the bottom is really tough. I have successfully timed the bottom on a couple of my grails. Dumb luck. And honestly, it was really stressful. So even the whales will be stressed out buying cards if everything gets affected. I think life is all about your state of mind at that point in time. I agree. That might be lyrics to a song, but I agree. Ani, when is the new video about the 22nd bar trade night will be up on YouTube? The bar trade night was a flop. I'm just going to be honest. It was a flop. We had about 7 people come out. We did do some, they did do some deals. Mainly me. I bought a first edition Erica's Venusaur that is minty, crispy, clean. The crows, it's an omen that Jesus is coming back. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. I mean, honestly, we got to give a break of silence for that. 3 crows flying in a circle over Tel Aviv. Now, I should maybe know this. But yeah, it's completely, yeah, that's crazy. Dio, I recently gave my life to Christ again. Well, it's funny because I literally told you guys that I was feeling really depressive today. And I literally just, like, I don't do this very often. But when I'm in a tight point, this is going to sound silly, but when we lost our bearded dragon, not we, when my daughter and my wife lost my bearded dragon outside, I am blaming them. They did do this. They did not take responsibility and take care of our animal. When they let him outside and he escaped, he was gone for 2 days. I literally was driving to work and I literally said to myself, it's in God's hands. If he comes up, it'll come up. Everything is going to happen the way it's supposed to happen, in God's hands. That is what I'm dealing with right now, just with my life in general. It's in God's hands. I feel good about that. that's also a huge weight off my shoulders when I say that there is something in the universe looking out for us. It's looking out for you guys. I'm not preachy. I'm not going to start my video saying God loves you, Jesus loves you, even though that is likely the truth too. But that's not me. I'm not preachy like that. But I do believe. I believe something's out there. And I believe when you believe and when you take a weight off of yourself to think, hey, maybe something is out there working, for a greater good. Anyways, that's crazy. Uh, Christ, again, my week of life has been drastically different. And there are some very Christian people that come into the bar that I run, and they've had an impact on me too. And they are just such a breath of fresh air sometimes. Almost aggravates me how peaceful they are, how calm they are, how forgiving they are, how loving they are. That is something you don't see every day, right? Anyways, Chad Ryan, what's good? Just got a PSA 9 Hidden Legends Pincer Hollow. Nice. Pop 97, one of my favorite artists. Nice win. Congrats, buddy. Dios, yeah, and it made me think of you. I appreciate that. And some people pay thousands of dollars for a digital token. True. Doctor, thoughts on DBZ serialized and Yu-Gi-Oh serialized? Where do enthusiasts go if all the main TCGs are pumped? Those I already have friends that are into Yu-Gi-Oh. No, I have 3 friends that I keep in touch with that aren't you guys that are into Yu-Gi-Oh. Not a big group or anything, but all of them are planning on buying into serialized Yu-Gi-Oh. I think this is huge for Yu-Gi-Oh though. I think if somehow we can bring Yu-Gi-Oh back and like it still has a very strong player base, right? It's just the collector base and making that mainstream. Samurai, Ruxin, what's that other guy's dude? Oh, dude, Simply Unlucky. And I'm not sure what he's up to these days. Dude, I don't know. My algorithm is not feeding any of the people that it used to feed me. And there's one guy, I think he's like Lebanese or something. I don't know, but he has an insane collection. And one of you is probably going to say it. You know what I'm talking about. He has one of the most insane Yu-Gi-Oh collections I've ever seen. But like people like that continue to make content. They haven't been able to break through the space. I don't know who's going to be able to do that. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do that, but I also think it helps my channel to be more open to other TCGs and not be so like just down like tunnel vision with Pokemon. And honestly, I get tired of looking at Pokemon sometimes. It's okay to look at other TCGs and think they're dope. This girl came into my bar recently with some Digimon. Like, she had a Digimon mini binder on her purse. It was the wildest shit I've ever seen. And I looked through them and I was like, dude, these fucking Digimon cards are sick. They were like some of the newer Digimon cards. That Blue Eyes White Dragon is a beast of a card. What are you planning to sell to help achieve it? So I do have some stuff. So again, all my sealed product I'm a little more open to. And I might end up taking the Paldea Evolved deal. But this guy I am taking some offers on, and I'm sending some counters offers, and this is gonna kill me, because honestly, dude, Orion, why the fuck aren't you grading this Erika's Venusaur? All the bullshit I've graded, I should take this off eBay and seriously just commit to grading it. Like, dude, it looks very similar to my Skyridge Gengar. The front does have some light surface scratches, but yeah, this is on my eBay. Shockingly, no one has bought it for list price, even though it's literally like a perfect card to grade. Like I don't even make enough on that for it to be worth it. I paid $300. I'm trying to sell it for like $800. Call me a horrible person. That's okay. I believe that card has potential. This Misty's Golduck I just listed. I really wanted to grade this. It's super clean. Probably a 9 if anything. This Dragonite right here. I just picked this up for $400 and Dragonite exploded. I could potentially, if this market keeps going further, I could sell this for like $1,500 to $2K maybe. And none other than Van Gogh Pikachu. Breaks my heart. We did list the Van Gogh Pikachu. I have 2 of those, and it's ultra modern. The Blaine's Moltres. I love this Blaine's Moltres. It has a really, really sick swirl, but again, with my pickiness, Let's get over in the light here so I can show you guys. You guys see that? It has tiny, tiny, tiny edge lift. Really, really bothers me though. And I never thought I would care so much about a 9 with a backside edge lift. The front is perfect. The front has nothing wrong with it, as you can see. And the hollow is like fucking flawless. And for a 5 cert, dude, no surface scratches on the hollow at all. Really nice. And the back is dumb clean, but I don't know. You guys can let me know if that would bother you. But that's literally why I listed the Moltres. So those are some cards that I recently put up on eBay. Obviously, I have a lot of sealed product also listed. I thought about selling some of my crystals because it's like, dude, just keep the Crystal Charizard, the Lugia, the Nidoking. Those are your favorites. I like the Celebi too. I kind of like the Crobat too. And then last night, I was looking at the Kingdra. And I was like, maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm okay with the Kingdra. Oh, no, that's not Kingdra. Because the thing with the Kingdra is the only one that makes me not want to have the full set. But the more I look at it, I'm like, dude, the hollow with that light blue looks so good. And someone in our Discord talked about collecting cards that look like the Pokemon Stadium and like Pokemon Snap cards. And like honestly, if you think about that and you think about the Pokemon games, this Kingdra literally just looks like it would be in Pokemon Stadium, like Pokemon Stadium 2. Like, so now I'm kind of like changing my opinion on the Kingdra and arts that are like this with that like crappy CGI style. I'm actually like starting to like it. I thought about selling all my 9s because now we have, I didn't even show this on the channel yet, but we got Erica's Vileplume. We got Clefable. We got the Persian. We got the Raichu, the Machamp, the Beedrill. I can't even believe I have all these already in 9s. That went so quick. I scooped these up so quick. The Rhydon, and then the Arcanine, which we're keeping. And then we have a couple of our 10s, the Gary, the Nidoking 10. And those are placeholders, I think, for now. But I thought about potentially selling those. But with the 9 prices starting to jump a little bit and just being kind of annoying to get now, I'm kind of like trying to hold off on that. Okay. And anyways, I have to lower my credit card debt for the refinance on our home. So it doesn't even matter what I do. At the end of the day, I have to pay off my card regardless, whether I want to get the Blue Eyes or another Pokemon Grail, or I really want the Light Arcanine. I really like one card that haunts me in my dreams lately is the Light Arcanine from Neo Destiny. Also, I've been thinking a lot about Shining Gary and Shining Magikarp and like what I'm going to do about that because the 9s are going crazy there. I could see the 9s retracing a little bit just because there will be more 9s, guys. But the 10s, definitely they're going to pop control that. We're not going to see as many of those. I also, this box right there sits every single first ed from base set. And my plan eventually is to finish all the hollows, but this heavy-ass box has every single first ed base set slab, right? Every single one. What's in the back here? Those are trainers. What's in the front here? Now, this is a 4, right? And this is a perfect example of what I used to collect. That's a 4. It's a really clean 4, by the way. I literally don't know how it got a 4. I mean, it has some whitening on the top, but it was pretty clean for a 4. That's why I bought it. Probably has an indent or something. But, yeah, see, that's Pidgeotto is a 6. I could sell all of these, like, just liquidate these. Just because first eds moved up so much. And there's a lot of 9s in here. There are a lot of 9s in here. Any of the ones that were cheaper, I bought in a 9. So that's a full first ed base set right here. I could liquidate those. I also put up a couple theme decks. I put up this Blaine's theme deck last night. I put up the Sabrina theme deck back there last night. I'm trying to let go of some stuff. Okay. Piasu, I'm buying a bunch of uber cheap secret rare first ed Yu-Gi-Oh cards, literally a ton of them in a 10 under 500. Dude, there's so many good ones. One of my favorites is Valkyrion, the Magnet Warrior. Dude, it's like 350 in a 10. It's super low pop. The European, there's like no pop on it at all. And like, I don't know why no one wants it. It's actually like really angering that no one wants that card, dude. The Magnet Warriors were sick. Like Beta, Gamma, Alpha, dude, those are badass. I want all the Magnet Warriors. I want the Valkyrion. I really want to pick that one up. Gate Guardian, dude. There's so much good stuff that I want to pick up. I am not in my garage. Well, good night. Good night, Ani Life. Market Scraper, what's good? I do not play Pokemon Go. Turtle, vending, home refinance. How much would you save this year anyways? Well, that's the other thing. There's no way I'm depositing all that cash. There's no way. I need that money. That money has to go towards making more money or else it's all in vain. So I'm just gonna pay off what I can pay off and just hope that eventually my income to debt ratio is good enough for the loan officer. I just got my grade for the Phantasmal Zard I submitted. I added to that 11K pop. Nice. At 2.6K, it's tempting to sell. Bro, like, dude, dude, sell it to Orion. Sell it to me, sell it to me below market. No, crack and send to CGC. I love you guys. I wish I had that card, but like they're grading really easy. Do I sell my 151.10? I'm wondering if Phantasmal Flame might push it up. I see it falling to 1500 short term. Analysis paralysis. Kim K could buy Pokemon. Silverback, how many big whales in the hobby for it to fail now? The whales with the millions in Pokemon won't allow Pokemon to crash. I think there's no control on modern. I don't think they can control modern. I think vintage is very easy to manipulate. Number one, is this bull market going to continue through the summer? I feel like the market usually starts dipping now towards summer. So with stocks, it's in May go away, right? So we're about to hit April. April could be one of the last epic bull runs, but also this isn't stocks. This is Pokemon. We don't know what's going to happen. This is why I sub. Bro's one of the reals. I appreciate that. Tag needs to allow USPS return shipping. Daniel Moore, dude, your seal collection is awesome. I appreciate that. Well, also, this is not sealed. This stuff behind me is not sealed. It's all open. I only have the open vintage boxes, but it was still hard collecting all the open boxes in vintage, and I still am missing a vintage EX Dragon booster box. So maybe I should. I bet those are through the roof for an empty box now. Those were like 100 to 150 max. And I was frustrated trying to get them then. Is it autism or is it Asperger's? Papa Chen, I don't think any of us doubt that you can do this. We look up to you as a fan. I just want people to show me how they can change their life with the opportunities they've created for themselves. No, true. And like, this is life-changing money. To downplay that would be ridiculous. This is life-changing money. I am just, I think, more of a Pokemon fan. And I'm not even going to say Pokemon fan because I don't know what it is about Pokemon, but it just turns you into a crackhead. Like, I'm not going to say I'm the biggest Pokemon fan. I don't know. Like, if you give me trivia on Pokemon, I don't know everything. I don't know what happens in the anime. I don't know what happens in the movies. And honestly, I should rewatch everything to reignite all of that stuff because that's what makes it beautiful, right? I want to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh too. Unfortunately, there's so much good stuff coming out on like Netflix and HBO and dude, there's I don't know if any of you have watched The Immortal Man. That's like the #1 movie on Netflix right now. Me and my wife like Peaky Blinders. Peaky Blinders. That was terrible. I'm a picky blinder. Still terrible. I'll just stop while I'm ahead. Anyways, we watched Peaky Blinders and The Immortal Man is on, and like, god damn, dude. It's so good, dude. The cinematography is so good, dude. I'm like really enjoying it. I'm only like 20 minutes in on it. So I really want to watch all of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon all over again, but there's so much other good adult stuff for me to watch. Not saying you can't be an adult and watch Pokemon. I'm just saying there's a time and place for it, right? Um, an afternoon where my kids, we all have lunch or something, and then we can watch, the Pokemon movies together or something. I'm kind of saving that to spend with my kids. Um, but Yu-Gi-Oh, I've kind of thought like, dude, your kids are not going to be into vintage Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, watch that by yourself. So I might rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh by myself if they still have that on Netflix. I hope they do. I heard Pokemon Pokepia is selling for $100. The exact moment they realized heard Pokepia selling for 100. The exact moment I realized I'm done with Pokemon. Picked up a lot of 151 lately. Be careful with 151. Pom Pom. What about the kids doing the cards upgrade challenge? That's fine. That's fine. It is what it is. You can't deprive the children, right? A flop is if no one shows up. Crows are always flying over here. um, no, it was a flop. It was a flop. I've realized that I don't have what it takes to market a trade night locally. I just don't. One thing I can do is start vending, get to know all the vendors, become buddies with the vendors that I can become buddies with, and then they might come out, hang out, and it'll be just a thing of hanging out with my friends after the show. So maybe doing a flyer, that whole thing. It was a lot of pressure, guys. Like, I stressed myself out a lot thinking about that, and it ended up being a nothing. So we did an event before that was fire, but I didn't have anything to do with it. It was put on by other people. So it was put on by Grim Horizon and Total Deals. They're the ones who put on the first like big trade day event that was at my bar. And I reached out to Grim and no response. He's like probably super super busy with vending and he's like full on Pokemon. So, anyways, Silverback, I don't get it. What's up with the three? It's a thing with Jesus. Absolutely love Dr. Applesauce. To catching strays. If they do another 2-day show, try trade night on a Saturday. Sunday people are, yeah, dude, you're right. You're right. Sunday people are driving home, getting ready for the work week. No, you're 100, dude. Chen, you're 1000% right. I probably dropped the ball on that. Problem is Saturday night we always have events at the bar, so I couldn't have done it. But I have no idea what that word is, hypothermia, but it sounds terrifying. Giant bag off. How old are you collecting this nonsense? 31. Your bar first card show and you're selling it. Your bar first card. Yeah. You're talking about the Venusaur. I know. I'm horrible. No. I am horrible. You guys should call me out on it sometimes. I am only human, but I need to be honest with myself. I have been overpricing cards forever, right? And it's not about getting a milky bag, overnight. It's about I put too much time and energy listing cards on eBay to try and sell them for nothing. I would rather it's not for the quick sale. It's for listing stuff and building my inventory and it'll sell in 3 months for the price I listed it for or $10 less or 10% less, right? Sleek Skate, how are you keeping track of all your sales to pay capital gains taxes? So I have a really fun thing where I jam out to rap music and basically go through all of my sales, and I have a long, lengthy notes in my phone that has pretty much everything that I've bought from all the shops, but it doesn't have it down to a T for each card. So I have roughly the number of purchases that I've had. So yeah. I'm not doing a great job of keeping track of it. We'll say that. eBay does most of that for me, but I kind of have to spitball, ballpark around what I've spent and try and be accurate with it. Alex, Do you have PSA 10 Charizard? Could you please show us? I have a PSA 9 first edition. Please don't put attention on the light Arcanine. I still don't have it. I don't even want a 10 anymore. I just want a 9. I literally just want a 9. Like, I've given up on that dream. Because the fact of the matter is, I'm probably never going to be happy with any card I get, even in a 10. The Skyridge Charizard that I have is the cleanest card I have in my collection. It is one of the only cards I've ever been, like, absolutely shocked at how good of condition that card is for its age. The fact that pop controlling is a thing just shows how much of a scam PSA is. Oh, PSA is definitely a scam, but we thrive on it, unfortunately. Modern isn't too bad right now in prices. Some grails like Bubble Mew or Carp going for a fraction of these vintage 9s even. English Carp and Gyarados suck and don't overpay or double hollow error. Japanese lower pop and better. Japanese is better. Japanese is better, but I'm too deep. I'm too deep in this shit. Alex, do you have PSA 10? I already read that. Greetings from Mexico. Yo, what's up? Chris, any of those vintage boxes sealed? They are not. I am not a big baller like that, but I do appreciate the artwork and the boxes, and it looks so badass. And I got my, you can't see any of my theme decks like the old days, but there's a bunch of vintage theme deck displays back there. 20 minutes behind. All right, fuck the shit. I just finished watching Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, hold on. I'm not 20 minutes behind. I'm right here. Literally right here. I would not give up on the trade nights. Lots of potential. Try a different execution. I'm also in talks with vendors who know promoters and people that might be able to help out with it. I told someone who puts on big shows here, PAL Productions, I told them, hey, if anything changes, I will let you do a show at my bar for free. For free. You don't have to do anything other than try and promote it. That's it. So, who knows? Maybe it'll happen. So, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. I think when I'm a vendor, it's going to be a lot easier, guys. And then the other thing, I'm going to need a separate camera or another phone, or maybe I'm probably going to get like an iPad or something for the shows so that I can like scroll and look like a badass and like look at comps on the iPad, because I'm going to be using my phone to record transactions. Now, what I could do is just use my phone to get comps of things and so forth. The problem with that is that I'm going to have to stream, right? Because one of the best ways for me to capture every single moment, if I do vend, both the good and the bad and all eyes on me, I'll be completely accountable. Nothing will be missed. The only way to do that is by streaming it nonstop, right? So I think I need to get an iPad separately for comps and internet and all that good shit. And then I'll just stream everything instead of doing like clips and putting a video together. Unless my phone is going to die and I don't have external battery. We have an extra external battery we took to the show, and that allowed me to stream it because my phone was dying. This guy apparently, Chan, wanted somebody to show him how they could change their life with opportunities they've created it for themselves. I put 25,000 into Bitcoin in 2022. Yo, chill. He's being genuine. He's being genuine, Dan. He's being genuine. I respect that. Phil, our garbage pail kids. I think there was something. Same dude, same butthurt. Dio's cards. We the people need to boycott. Dang, I didn't see you was live until now. What did I miss? How much did I miss? You missed an hour and a half almost. Reels, is this Scalper HQ? If this was Scalper HQ, I would be doing something other than just talking and hanging out with people, because scalpers only care about one thing: money and hitting each other and tackling little kids and smacking grandma upside the head. Also stealing grandma's money so that they can buy more Pokemon. How is Alakazam EX 125 Secret from Fates not one of the most expensive cards the last 5-10 years? It is sick. It has a lot going on for it. I honestly, I don't understand. That card's amazing. I'm right there with you. I think that card's great. DeBear, yo brother, what do you think of the XY era Silver Dialga at 10 for long-term hold? I'm not a huge Dialga Palkia fan. I'm a Giratina simp, but I'm not about it with Dialga and Palkia. I think if I would have played Diamond and Pearl, I think if I would have played that game, I would have a completely different mindset on that era, those Pokemon, those gens. But I think long term, XY era, low pop, it's gonna perform. You gotta buy what you love though. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here, Dio. PSA co-owner is in the files? No way. No way. No way. That's the type of shit I'm talking about is enough to cancel PSA. That is big enough. If people like dude, that is big enough. That is big enough. If there's deeper proof there, dude, that would burn PSA. That would burn PSA. And honestly, they deserve it. They should fucking lower their sub prices and hire more people and do right by collectors and just restructure the whole thing. I don't think we can get rid of PSA. I think we need to overhaul the whole thing. I think Elon Musk needs to go in there. Not Elon Musk, but this is just a funny example because he fired everybody. We need an Elon Musk-esque guy to go in there and fire everyone and restructure and do the right thing. Do the right thing. That's what we need. Hard to do in corporate. Spanon, I don't watch vendor streams, but I would watch yours. Aw, I appreciate that, bud. Justin, just tried a tablet on my last show. It didn't work well. Phone is more ergonomic, way faster in the hands. I know, right? Tablet just is not really the move. But also, if I could get Diana and the kids to come along, that wouldn't be a problem. I could comp everything on Diana's phone. That would be sick. Also, if I had a friend locally helping me, that would also be sick. And speak of the devil, Diana has appeared out of the grass, out of the tall grass. A wild Diana has appeared, and she's in a decent mood. I'm destroying all my slabs. It's my favorite channel on YouTube, dude. That means a lot to me. Thank you for saying it. You, sir, just got back from deployment. I live up in Norfolk, Virginia. Would love to come to your bar and give you some of my 1996 cards. Can't do this hobby anymore. I missed out on a lot. Been gone for a year. Wow. That's a lot. Well, I'm glad you got back from your deployment. I'm glad you didn't get RIP'd out there. I would love whatever cards come my way. Rattle Pokemon posted it. Oh my god, dude. That's what I've been talking about. That is the straw that would break the camel's back. If people care enough about it, right? Technically, it's the co-owner of Collector's Universe. It is the same shit. Technically, though, Austin is right. So thank you, content. You guys know I won't hold off on talking shit about PSA. I'll be like, hey, look, I have a ton of slabs in PSA. Let's talk about the shit that just went down. Let's talk about this. Yeah, that's probably going to be tomorrow's video. Are you going to come over and say hello? Okay, go get ready for bed. Okay. I love you. Get some sleep. Good night. I'm not blowing you off, but I have the stream, and I'm falling behind again.
Are you not going to bed? You are very behind.
I'm probably not going to come to bed right away. I'm probably not. I'm not going to go to bed as late as I have been. But I definitely want to play some Battlefield or watch the Peaky Blinders movie. When are we going to watch that together? We never go to bed at the same time.
You always have a stream.
It's not that I always have a stream. It's that you always go to bed early.
You're always working at night or you have a stream?
I am always working at night, and I am always streaming.
See? When do I get you? Never.
Can't win.
Not fair.
Can't have it all. Can't have this house and eat your cake too.
You wake up at noon.
No, that was wrong. I'm dead wrong for that. I respect the hell out of my wife, and she deserves the best. And but I do work. I do work way too much.
Her face. Show her face. What you need to see my face for, huh? I'm just kidding. I look too sassy. I'm not that sassy. I'm just ready for bed. Can you stop zooming in on my face? Stop.
You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Annoying. Are you coming to bed?
I just told you. No. No, seriously. I'm probably going to wrap up stream soon.
I'm gonna
Probably
unplug
soon.
the Wi-Fi.
Okay. We do need to be specific, but that's going to be an easy video to drop tomorrow. I literally have nothing planned for tomorrow, so thank you. Yep, with these fees, number one, with these fees high and such a monopoly, their turnaround time's horrible. They should have plenty of money to hire a few more graders. Yeah, especially if we get rid of the whole company and rehire. Or just close it like I hope he does with OF. Switching to grading with CGC this year. I'm done with PSA. Also great picking up the cards for way cheaper. True. Why is she coughing?
Allergies.
Ooh. Caught. Red-eyed and red-handed. No, Diana doesn't.
I have really bad allergies. The pollen's trying to kill me.
What we ripping on stream? Nothing ever. No, we do need to rip something soon. Phil, what's the thing most people misunderstand? Oh shit, dude. Fucking, I'm sorry, guys. This is a big one. I'm about to cry. I'm about to cry and then get a crazy donation after I dig deep into myself. What's the thing? Dude, it's been like this too. The streams have been good, babe.
Wow,
I've been consistent with it. The streams have been good. Yeah, dude, just nothing. I'm not even trying. Streams are doing great. What's the thing that most people misunderstand about you or your personality?
You're actually Harry Potter.
I act like I have my shit together and I put a facade up that I am, at times a cocky motherfucker, right? Just put it out there. There's people that have come into the bar that like they joke with me and they'll like make fun of me because they know that I'm overly egotistical or just cocky or just overly confident about stuff. But I'm just trying to figure shit out like everybody else. And I've had a lot of opportunities that most people haven't had. And I have a support system that most people don't have. And I think so. I think if there's something people misunderstand, it's that I have it all. I have it all, and it was easy. Have fun. You ain't going to bed anytime soon. Our little man just woke up. But I also think people misunderstand that even with the opportunities I have and the privilege that I have, like my parents own the property that we run our family bar on, and so I couldn't do it without them. At the same time, the bar wouldn't be standing if it weren't for me and how hard I work there. So I work really fucking hard. And honestly, sometimes I hate my life. I hate my life. Like everybody I'm sure does at some point. But the grass is always greener, and I'm sure people think Orion probably has such a fun life. He has it so good. Guys, if I had such a fun life, why would I be doing so many streams, right? I'm clearly, even though I get social engagement and, I'm succeeding in the bar business somewhat. We're having this past 2 weeks have been rough. I struggle like everybody else. I struggle with mental and, I struggle with, mental health issues. I big time struggle with that. I struggle with coping with stress and anxiety and have temper issues. And it's something that I'm just striving to be a better person as much as possible. I don't know. I probably didn't answer that fun, but that was a really, really good, deeper question. The Charizard UPC stream was fun. Good times getting cooked. Switch to Beckett, costs more, but also sells for more. Caleb Larson, Logan Paul. Do you think Mewtwo could beat Lugia? Well, let's see. No. Lugia is way more goated than Mewtwo, I feel like. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lugia. What do you guys think? Mewtwo's pretty badass. When you get drafted, what will happen to all your cards? It's a good question. It's a good question. I don't know. I have no idea. Um, I do have a feeling though, if something happened to me, like real talk, if I got drafted and deployed and died, um, which is super extreme, by the way, um, I kind of have a feeling that Diana and our family, I feel like they would hold on to these cards. I feel like these cards would be something very, very important beyond the value of the cards. I think it would be her and all the memories because Diana can tell you probably if I brought her in here and said, "Do you remember when I was buying this card?" There, I never hid anything from Diana. I always, whenever I did something, as much as I hated admitting if I was spending a lot of money on something, I don't need. I like. I'm the breadwinner. I don't have to do anything. I make a lot of the calls, right? But I always wanted to share every single financial move I was making, and I also wanted to share these things with her. So I would think she has just as much sentimental value to some of these cards as I do. She literally, when the Charizard and the Blastoise and Venusaur first editions came in, she saw how excited I was and recorded me opening them up. And like we still have those videos. Like that was like a very special moment. We were living in our crappy small house that was like that, we had a lot of good memories in that house, but it was just insane buying some of these cards while we lived in that house. It was like, I think we should be doing other things other than buying these cards while we still live in this house. Um, I have my wife and 14-year-old daughter that can both solo the two tables vending. Comes in so clutch. Dude, that is really clutch. Damn. I'm gonna get like you someday. Um, you guys see the video of the guys getting onto Epstein's plane? Uh, I have not seen that yet. Although a lot of guys get offended by a 14-year-old girl schooling them at their hobby. Very true. But that'd be really funny to watch, I imagine. Happy wife, happy life. Very true. Um, Space Frog, always good content. You're doing good, bro. I don't always watch, but when I do, it's always good and relatable. I appreciate that about your content. Thank you, Space Frog. I I honestly did this stream kind of like I'm excited to do the stream because I was like, dude, if that video just bombs and I get a lot of shitty feedback on it, um, just for the negativity in the video, maybe, and how like strung out I seem probably sometimes. I just thought, dude, it doesn't matter. Like I haven't read a single comment. I'm not reading them. I'm not gonna read them before I go to bed. I am trying to be better about that too, about putting out videos and enjoying just making the content and doing what I want to do versus what I think I should do. And I'll look at everything tomorrow, and it'll be a shit show tomorrow if it is a shit show. And like I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. I'll look at it tomorrow. You know why it doesn't matter till tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'll make another video. It doesn't matter. That's one thing I've learned about YouTube, especially if you do it every day and you're disciplined and consistent with it. Who cares if you make a shitty video? Who cares? It's going to happen. You're going to have good ones. You're going to have bad ones. Have I had any breakthrough videos recently? No, I've been kind of coasting, but that's the great part about being a smaller, less relevant channel is you can just keep making content and it really doesn't matter how it's perceived. You just keep doing your thing. Um, don't let the wife see this. I was venting one day about my life, and my wife got upset that she couldn't make me happy. Diana is really, really good about not taking any of that stuff personal. When we first met, we had kind of a lengthy conversation about the four agreements. And if you've never read that book, you can look it up. My dad put me on to the four agreements. And one of them is don't make assumptions and don't take things too personal. I literally can't remember. And the other one is be intentional with your words. So don't just say shit to say shit. Be really intentional with your words. And that's something that I really aim to be better at. And then the other one is, so don't make assumptions. Be intentional with your words. Um, and don't take anything too personally. Me and Diana, that was like one of the first conversations we had on our first dates was like, I want to be with somebody that understands these things and that isn't going to explode when you assume something that I've done wrong, like my ex mostly did, and would freak out and even get a little bit physical, which I never experienced until my ex before Diana. I had never experienced being hit by a girl until that. Toxic as fuck. And then also, be intentional with your words. Don't like, let's not just bicker and say things to say things. Tell me what's wrong and what I can do better and be intentional about it. And then, yeah, don't take things too personally, right? If I do something or say something that hurts you, most likely it's me, one, but two, don't take it too personally because at the end of the day, like when you're with somebody for the long haul, you're with them for the long haul. Like, tomorrow is a new day. Don't let anything rub you off the wrong way. And there's always probably another reason for it. Most of the time, it has nothing to do with each other. It's about external stuff. It's about I had a bad time at work. It's about, I had to clean up someone's throw up on the toilet at the bar, right? It's about some guy yelled at me because his tab was way higher than he expected, right? It's about some drunk girl, gave me a hard time about getting her out of the bar and getting her home safely, right? I had to deal with a toddler of a human being that night, right? Usually when I'm having a tough time, it has to do with other things. And so four agreements are very important. And so yeah. So your wife, it's not her. You're just dealing with things. And you know what? Men's mental health is something that I always want to touch base on this channel and on the streams is that guys, it's hard out there. It's hard being a dude. It's hard being a dude. I think it's harder growing up as a woman and having things like your cycles and all these things you have to pretty yourself. You have to be a certain way. Like men, we just get to be natural. We have it easier in that respect. But we have it way harder in a lot of other respects, right? Um, especially being a provider, being a role model for your kids, being a man, being a man's man, um, looking after everybody, carrying this massive burden, this weight of, being the one that everybody depends on. Our mental health is really, really important. And I want you guys to know right now, if you're ever in this stream and you want to talk about some shit that's about you, your life, your relationship, your wife, whatever, your kids, whatever, we're all just a bunch of dudes figuring shit out. I'm here for you guys. I'm sure my chat's here for you guys. Most of the time, we're not even talking about Pokemon on these streams. I'm just glad that my thumbnail didn't get taken the wrong way and that people didn't pop in the stream like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're like literally condoning drug use. Like, thank God. I really took a risk using this thumbnail the doctor made. And there's another one where I'm smoking weed with Charmander, and I really want to use it, but I'm a little bit worried because it's illegal here in North Carolina. So I'm like, I don't know. I just feel weird about like putting that out. But that would be a really funny one. Charmander lighting a blunt with like his tail. That's some fire shit. Mewtwo is Thanos. Lugia is Hulk. Oh, so you're saying Mewtwo is way better. Open a really expensive pack. Would your wife remarry if you passed? Diana, you know what's pretty incredible about Diana? Diana's really, really particular, and she's just not one. I just have a really hard time seeing that, honestly. If I died, our kids would become her number one priority. She might date. I would have a hard time seeing Diana remarry if I died, that'd be crazy. Um but also I would want her to know if I died, I want her to be happy. I would never want her to be alone the rest of her life if she didn't want to be. Um If you're 26 or older, you basically can't get drafted unless we're being invaded or something. Robo, please draft Baron. Wish list. Yo, what's good, wish list? Daniel, I told you, real recognize real, and that's why I still watch your channel, because you are you at all times, brother Orion. I love that you always say brother Orion. I love it, man. You sir, hey man, thanks for your content. Been watching you in Opossum from the get go. Yo, I appreciate that. Spoon on. My most recent ex was drunk and hit me too. Never been hit by a girl before. Um, it's it, it's it's like, dude, did you guys see the Mormon housewives chick? Dude, she is mental. I could make a whole video just about that chick. Like, how could you put your family in a position like that? What she has some serious mental health issues that she has to get in line, and yeah, she's going to get canceled everywhere. You if you're caught on camera throwing a chair at your partner, husband, boyfriend, whatever, and your kid gets hurt in the process, you are not living that down. You are never living that down. Yes, it was a mistake. Yes, it was an accident. She threw a chair at her husband. She was pissed at him, but it hit her kid. That's the kind of shit I would never let something happen like that in my house. And I'm going to be really, really real for a second here. Hopefully Diana's not watching this. But I've been known to yell at my kids and take it a little too far. I admit that, and we're not really supposed to bring in parenting into the stream probably, but dude, it's all things whatever. I lose my cool, but one day Diana lost her cool. She didn't do anything like that. So it's like not that even crazy, but she slammed the car door behind her like way too quick without looking, and it smacked Aspen. Aspen's finger got smacked. Thank God. I freaked out. I thought that Aspen's finger got crushed by the door, but it didn't. It just got nicked. Really, really hurt her. She started screaming and crying immediately. And Diana's response, and it's not Diana's fault. It's just Diana was raised by really tough parents who pretty much yelled at them, spanked them, hit them. And this is really not my business of hers that I should be divulging. But again, we keep it real here. We talk about real life shit. Her parents governed with a wooden spoon, right? So, when they messed up as kids, her parents' reaction would be to yell at them, not to comfort them, not to be there for them. Diana still deals with that trauma and deals with being a mother and sometimes letting out some of that same behavior. And so when the car door slammed and Aspen's finger, my daughter, got smacked, she started screaming and crying. And Diana's first response was to yell at her, "Why would you do that?" And it's like, it's the worst thing you can do is to yell at your kid when they are hurting. They don't need it doesn't matter. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is whether they're comforted. So, I will stand by that till the day I die, and I hope that Diana would stand by that if I did something like that. If I yell at my kids after they do something wrong, but they're hurt, and I'm not comforting them at all, and I'm not saying letting your kid get back up after they fall. That's one thing. But when they really hurt themselves, they need you there for them, and you scream at them. Yeah, I literally we were in a Walmart parking lot, and I walked about 50 yards away. I was being yelled at. Diana was yelling at me. And we fight. We have our shit. That's why it's I'm not even embarrassed. We have our shit. But me and Diana are fucking tight, right? I know it's well, you're married. You're supposed to be tight. But no, married doesn't mean you're tight. We're fucking tight. She's my fucking day one, has my back, will fucking chew off anybody's head that comes at me, right? Me, same to her, right? She's a fucking hell of a mother. She's amazing. I'm so lucky. But I let her know, and that'll probably be the last time that happens. If you yell at our kid and they are hurting and they need us, I'm walking away. And I will do that. I will do the same thing if our life kind of got like that, right? I don't stand for that, right? Violence is so beneath, right? We are so advanced as human beings. Violence in an argument is just nah. So don't ever let a girl treat you like that. Don't ever let someone hit you. Don't ever take that shit from anybody. Walk away. Just walk away. You don't even have to yell. You don't have to do anything. Just walk away. Um, anyways, I appreciate you being a role model. Men need to be there for each other. And that's I hope I can be. I'm not the best role model, but I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to be better too. I'm trying to be better every day. I don't promise myself to be better. I try. We have an intention. Um, and that's something that I learned in AA. I never really had a drinking problem, but I had a drug problem for a while, and I went to AA just to be humbled. One thing I read, I read the whole AA, the 12 steps. One thing that really stuck with me, though, that's good is don't ever promise to be better. Don't ever promise someone you won't do this again, you won't do that again. Intend to be better. Try to be better. Don't ever sell a promise that you can't keep. Um, Space Frog, 10 years from now, which do you think will be valued higher? 151 or Ascended Heroes? Yeah. Skirt, switching lanes. Dude, uh 151 has the OGs, but Ascended with the Gengar is strong. I'm gonna go with 151. I'm gonna go with 151. Seems more nostalgic to me. Have you ever had an ex that almost destroy your car? Question mark, question mark. That's a big one. I have never had that. I have been threatened with that, and I thought it would happen. Never happened though. Um, and that's if you're like a total scumbag. If I broke a girl's heart, it was because I broke up with her because I wanted to see someone else. I wanted to date. I wanted to end the relationship. It wasn't because it's not like I got caught cheated red-handed and they keyed my car, right? I was never that kind of guy. I cheated once in my lifetime and that was enough for me to realize that I ruined what I had with that person and would live to regret it the rest of my life. Even now with wife, kids, everything, you still regret hurting people and you have to be a monster to not regret hurting people in some respect. If you're honest and you're like this isn't working for me, I have to move on, that's one thing. But if you do someone dirty while you're in the relationship, that's like it's not that complicated. Like you just break it off. You have some balls, you break it off. It's really tough. It's hard to do. No one wants to do it. Even when people want to get out of a relationship, they feel terrible. That guilt eats them inside. Um, but that's hilarious. You should use more of those, honestly. I think you're talking about the thumbnail. Um, uh, I just saw Leafeon Diamond Pearl Dawn Hollow sell for 270 yesterday. And right there's an auction for another going for 1.2K right now. It's gonna crash. Spanom, she's no longer on the Bachelorette. I thought she was cute. uh, User A, that Peaky Blinder move. That Peaky Blinder. I'm a Peaky Blinder. You bloodied me up pretty good there, eh? You bloodied me up pretty good. Hey, that Peaky Blinder movie is good. It's a solid ending. Cillian Murphy is literally the only actor I've truly admired. I don't care much about shows and movies, but Peaky Blinders is the fucking shit. Is the fucking shite. Dude, yeah, I love it, dude. Peaky Blinders is my jam. I also love anything gangster related. Mainly because I was a wannabe rapper gangster in my younger years. I really wanted to be some kind of wannabe thug. Um, Again, I've told you guys I hung out with some really shitty people when I was younger, right? I don't hang out with shitty people like that anymore. I don't have time. I got a family. I'm grown now. But I mean, that's also kind of where the chains come from is like trying to be something that you're really not. But also like I don't know. I idolize those guys, right? Rappers, I idolize them. And I know most of them have gone broke or not made it after their one hit wonder, but like I don't know. I think rap is sick. I think the art of making music is sick. And I was never really musically inclined, but I like to rhyme. Um, but yeah, dude, highly recommend y'all watch the Peaky Blinders, Immortal Man. That shit's fire. Like literally, the first 20 minutes is like amazing. Like the first 20 minutes has you like roped into his life so well. My grandma hit me with a oh fuck, bro. My grandma, my grandma hit me with a wrench. Damn, grandma. Grandma's thugging harder than any. I don't know why it's so funny to me. But grandma hitting you with a wrench is great. Yeah, that takes the cake this stream. Now if you do that, your kids won't be in jail for it. Oh, now if you do that, your kids do that to your kids, you'd be in jail for it. Absolutely. We call those parents strict parents. It's called parenting, not being your child's best friend, because that's how you raise spoiled, entitled children. And we might raise some spoiled kids. That's for sure. But Space Fire, I was beat with all sorts of stuff as a kid. I kind of deserved it, though. I don't think it affected me a lot. I don't think it fucked my brain up too much. Still love both parents. Times really have changed. You, sir, it's normal, man. Don't ever take to heart when you yell at kids. Just take turns with your spouse. I've lost it on my toddlers a few times. It's normal, but I don't want to normalize the behavior, right? Of like simple little things like our kids making a huge mess. Like, why would you do that? Like, I just don't think it actually gets anything accomplished. Like, there's a better way. Have I figured it out? No. But yeah, I mean, don't beat yourself too much. We all do it, but I had this one friend, whenever I would go over there, his parents were scream fest. Whenever I go over there, screaming, throwing things, fighting, and we were just we really didn't mind it. We were in our own world, dude. This kid, like, it was dysfunctional household, but he had so many toys. Him and his brother were in the same room. There's bunk bed. We had, like, it was crazy because, like, my parents were really frugal. We lived in a good neighborhood. Like, they sacrificed everything for us, but they never splurged on, like, buying us toys, which is why I never had a lot of cards as a kid, right? They were more interested in our education and where we lived, right? But there's a lot of my friends, it was the opposite. It was like not the best neighborhoods, not the best family situations, but they had so many toys. And I think it's one of those things where, it's dysfunctional and you think you can kind of maybe buy off your kid and just give them toys, anyways, my point is we had a blast, but I knew from that one childhood friend, and I had a lot of friends that were kind of like that, but that was one of the worst, like really bad, really physical, hearing the parents in the background. That was, and now I get it. I'm like, I could see my kids having friends over and me and Diana are having a fight. I could see that. But that was one of those moments where I was like, I'm never gonna grow up and let my household be like this. They were also from up north. They were like from New York. So, I don't know. New Yorkers might have more of an attitude. That might be how that love language is yelling. Dan, what you said your girl dealt with as a child, I dealt with as a child similarly, and I truly believe it's up to us to break that habit. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're ever angry at a kid, just tell your spouse to take over and walk away and calm down. I absolutely think that is a good, like, I don't even think about that. That's a good way to be. That's a good way to be. Dio's card, she's chasing me though. uh, there's some things you can change, but never be 100% different. 151 will go down, but Ascendant will lower version of Evolving Skies. Frog, RIP to whomever my ex currently. Pratik, are the people on internet real? There's a lot of fake people on the internet. I like to think I'm pretty real. I like to think the people in this stream are pretty real. Ray, sheepsec cards aren't toys. It's a lifestyle. Oh, that is the cutest little pupper, dude. Sheepseki. Dude, you have that looks like a little Maltese. We have 2 Maltese. That's why I noticed it. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just think Maltese are like some of the cutest little dogs ever. I love ours. They're really annoying sometimes, but they're little lap dogs. But I love them, dude. I love a Maltese, dude. I love a Maltese, dude. When ours are gone, it's gonna be hard to not want to get another Maltese down the road. I know I shouldn't talk about that, but they're getting they're getting up there. They're getting up there. They're like 7, 8. Even though the smaller dogs live for forever. Super fun to get a couple drinks in you with a few close friends and freestyle some funny shit. Dude, absolutely. Absolutely. That's one of the best. Or even, having a good toke with a couple buddies in high school, that was my shit. But also those guys were not good people. And I got robbed by half of them. If my messages sound weird, my brain moves faster than my fingers, and I try to keep up. No, you're good, bro. Dude, fucking ADD shit. Fucking 2026 shit. Fucking our generation shit. Fucking way overexposed shit. It is a Maltese. What's your Maltese name? Is it a boy or a girl? I love that, bro. I love that. It's adorable. 10 years young. Yeah, dude. So they're still, mine are 7 and 8. 7 or 8. They're still pretty spunky, but you can see it. You can see it's starting to, like, these are like, I really, you know what, tonight I need to spend some time with them. I live Dachshund or Wiener dogs. I love Dachshund or Wiener dogs or pit bulls because they're gentle. So we have a pit bull as well. I will say our Pitty is so freaking sweet. She annoys the shit out of me though. Whenever she runs across the floor, she does the fucking road runner. Fucking her legs work, but her body doesn't move. And dude, she's scratching up our fucking wood floors so bad. And it's like, I resent Diana for that dog. I resent her for it because that dog, like, I'm like, babe, I spend all the money that I have to my name on this house. And it's for our family. Yeah, I get that. But I'm a collector. I like the condition of things to be kept up. Just like my cars, just like my cards, just like my sneakers, just like my watch, right? I like things to be kept up. I take pride in my stuff. That dog is destroying our floors, like obliterating our floors. And like every day she scratches the floors. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I got to make Diana cut her nails. We got to get that in check. Dude, also, dachshunds are so cute. They're so cute. I know it's spelled Dachshund, but Dachshund. They're so adorable, dude. I love those things. I dated a girl that had one once, and they like to burrow. They like to burrow under the covers. It's adorable. Their hind legs usually give up when they get old. Oh no, don't say that. Don't say that. That makes me really sad. Um, but yeah, boy, girl. Yeah, dude, my floor is officially a PSA 6. Um, PSA 9, hold on, Phantoms Mew EX on its way to me right now. Nice, dude, nice. Congratulations, Jacob. Put some more runner rugs down on your floors, dude. Honestly, I'm about to have that dog wearing Sakis. But guys, it's been an epic stream. I know we usually go till like 4 or 5 in the morning. We'll be doing another stream on Friday though. We'll be back at it on Friday. I went to bed way too late last night. I've been really not taking care of myself, which I'm sure a lot of you can relate to, just not taking the best care of yourselves, going to bed way too late, eating junk, like literally ate cookies all night last night. That's like my kryptonite is cookies. I can't stop eating them. I love all of them. I don't know why we keep buying them. Famous Amos, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, freaking Teddy Graham, teddy bear crackers, whatever those things are. Dude, I cannot get enough of those. Anyways, my son is up right now. It's a good time for me to end the stream. Kids crying. Time to go. Love you guys. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Good night, everybody. I appreciate you guys for being in the stream. I know I basically ranted the whole stream, but I really, really appreciate you guys for coming out. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Stay strong out here. Stay strong out here. I do have a PSA graded floor, and it's getting worse and worse. Peace, everybody.